If you're watching this video, you probably already know that I'm a really big fan of pigeons. It's true that pigeons are really special to me, but I haven't really been honest with you guys up until now. Pigeons are not my favorite animal. They're not even my favorite bird. So today we're going to be listing my top 10 favorite birds, with the last bird on the list being my all-time favorite animal of all time. Sparrows are one of the birds on this list that happen to be invasive where I live here in Chicago. On male sparrows, I really like the feather pattern like on their face. It makes them look like a raccoon to me. And you already know how I feel about raccoons, or if you didn't, I'm sure you can guess. If you've never heard a sparrow's call, it sounds like this. You'll usually find a sparrow in a group with other sparrows because they live in like really big flocks. Another fun thing is that I actually have a friend who owns a sparrow as a pet. The sparrow's name is Omelet, and it's so cute. You should definitely check out their videos. They can like do tricks with their bird and stuff. It's really awesome. So I will link their channel in the description so you can check them out. Another invasive bird that I really like is the European starling. They have such beautiful like black iridescent feathers, and some of them have like spots on them too. It's so cute. Starlings are pretty unique because their pattern is actually seasonal. In warmer months, they're pretty much jet black, but in the colder months, new feathers that grow in have white at the very tips. And that white tip at the end of their feathers is what gives them the spots. Typically, European starlings sound like this. But they can also sound like this. And I don't know about you, but I think that's pretty impressive. Something weird but also cool about European starlings is some of their behavior. Female European starlings have been observed laying eggs in other starlings' nests. And the act of like intentionally laying eggs in another bird's nest is called brood parasitism. Starlings and birds in general aren't the only animals to do this. Soft-shell turtles sometimes lay their eggs in crocodile nests. It's really interesting. Honestly, I could make a whole video just about brood parasitism, so if you'd like that video, let me know. Killdeer are another bird that have some really interesting nesting behavior. Even though their markings are kind of intense, it's more than likely that you'd just completely overlook them. And if you didn't overlook the bird, you would definitely overlook their nest. Unlike most birds that usually have their nests up high, like in a tree, killdeer have their nests on the ground. Quite blatantly so a lot of the time. To be honest, their nests aren't even really nests. It's more like a divot in the ground that has eggs in it. Because killdeer don't have altitude on their side to keep their nests safe, they have to figure out other ways to protect their eggs from predators. They'll pretend to be injured by like flapping their wing kind of weirdly and then scurry away once the predator gets too close. And they're not just like distracting the predator from their nest, they're actively leading them away from the nest. In person, it's a pretty remarkable behavior to witness, and it actually fooled me the first time that I saw it in person. There was this killdeer that was on the ground and I was like, oh my god, it's hurt, I need to help it. So I'm like walking up to it and then it scurries away. By the way, killdeer sound like this. And another by the way, you need to see what a baby killdeer looks like. Here it is. I love chickens. I like spicy chicken sandwiches, I like chicken salad, I really like chicken from Costco. Being for real though, there are a lot of really cute chickens out there, and they are one of my favorite birds, even though I like to eat them. There are so many different breeds of chickens. Even if you're not a bird person or a chicken person, if you looked for long enough, you'd probably find a breed of chicken that you liked. In case you're not familiar with what a rooster sounds like, which is a male chicken, this is what that sounds like. I can't really mention chickens without mentioning their eggs. Eggs are so good, guys. I kind of feel bad talking about chickens and talking about food so much, but like, they're awesome. There's more to chickens than in terms of food though. Please don't get the wrong idea, guys. I like chickens. Chickens are a lot smarter than you might think. A lot of the ways that they're smart is similar to pigeons. For example, pigeons and chickens both have really good facial recognition, as in they can recognize people. Chickens can also problem solve, understand cause and effect. They play with one another like humans might, and they also have a developed sense of object permanence. So if you take an object and like put it behind your back, they'll still know it's there. That's not the case for a lot of human children, so My camera battery died, so if everything kind of looks different, that's why. Anyway, guinea fowl are admittedly kind of ugly, but in a cute way. Their big bodies, a small head, and the thing protruding from their head comes together and makes just such a glorious creature. That weird thing on the top of their head that makes it look like they got slammed with a frying pan, Looney Tunes style, is called a casque, and I hope I'm saying that right, but it's French for helmet. Guinea fowl sound like chickens a lot of the time. They make like little clucking noises, but they also have an alarm sound that sounds like this. A fun food fact about guinea fowl is that their eggs are in between the size of a quail and a chicken, but their eggs have more protein than a chicken egg. The smallest bird on this list is definitely the hummingbird, and it's also the only bird on this list that drinks nectar. Drinking nectar isn't the only thing that makes hummingbirds unique though. They also have a really unique way of flying. Instead of flapping their wings just like up and down, they have like a figure 8 kind of pattern. I'm trying my best, guys. Hummingbirds aren't really well known for having a song like a lot of birds are, but they do make a really loud noise when they fly, so this is what that sounds like. And of course I have to mention, they're just so cute. Guys, it's a hummingbird, come on, they're so cute! Red-winged blackbirds have such an on-the-nose name that it almost feels silly to mention them by name. But I really do love that pop of red on their wings, and it makes them really easy to point out in person. A little fun fact about these birds is that that red bit on their shoulders is called an epaulette. I hope I'm saying that right. It's the same name used for those decorative ornament things that people wear on their shoulders for uniforms. Before I realized I was really into birds, I was unknowingly really familiar with red-winged blackbirds. A lot of the time I would hear their call while I was fishing or like on a nature walk or just in nature in general. And because of that, their song has always made me think of nature. And it sounds like this. The American woodcock is a popular favorite, and for good reason. They are one of the cutest birds I've ever seen in my entire life. They've got big eyes, a big body, and a big beak. What is not to love? And that's not even mentioning what they look like when they stare right at you. And the best part is they're not just weird looking, they're weird sounding too. This is what an American woodcock sounds like. Yeah. And though woodcocks don't look very bright at all, they can be pretty smart. Similar to Killdeer, they'll fake an injury in order to lure predators away from their nests. And they also have a funky way of walking. They kind of strut in a way. There's no definitive proof that the bobbing walking thing has any actual purpose, but some people speculate that it's to disturb worms underneath them because that's what they like to eat. But either way, I just find Killdeer to be so cute and so endearing, and they're just awesome. It's a miracle they're not number one. Mourning doves are really well known for their sad, kind of nostalgic sounding song that sounds like this. Mourning doves are really special to me for one reason, and that reason is named Lemon. My videos were not always about pigeons. Before Kettle, I had a mourning dove named Lemon. I found Lemon when she was a fledgling, so not quite able to fly, but kind of getting there. I don't want to get too heavy into the details of like the circumstances I found her in, but the main gist of it is that she was alone, and if she didn't have someone to take care of her, she was gonna die. Before I continue this story, I need to add a disclaimer. Do not get a mourning dove. Do not keep a mourning dove. Do not repeat my actions, okay? Keeping a mourning dove in the way that I did is not something that you should repeat. They're protected under the Migratory Bird Act. I didn't learn about the whole Migratory Bird Act thing until I had already had her for like a year. So please, do as I say, not as I do, or not as I did. So for a while, I documented Kettle's growth on TikTok. I didn't have an audience, and I don't even know what my username was back then. I was just kind of arbitrarily posting Lemon because I thought she was cute. Over time, the video started to get views, and people were interested, and this happened. After about a year of having Lemon, she suddenly passed away for reasons I still don't know. And I was there to witness all of it. She died in my hands. Time went on, and I got a tattoo of her feet on my leg where she used to like to sit. And to this day, whenever I see a mourning dove, I think of her and I get happy. So yeah, mourning doves and pigeons are pretty cool. Hold on a second. We're not done with the list yet. Within the same bird family as pigeons and mourning doves is the Luzon bleeding heart dove. I hope I said that right. Luzon bleeding heart doves are one of the most beautiful animals I have ever seen in my entire life. If they were named like most birds, they would probably be called something lame, like the red-chested dove or something like that. But I think they were given a cooler name just out of pure respect for their beauty. At first glance, the red on their chests makes them look injured. It genuinely looks like they're bleeding from their heart. But strangely enough, their red chest isn't actually meant to trick predators. It's actually meant to attract females. Bleeding heart doves also have a unique coo, like a lot of doves tend to. And this is what that sounds like. But yeah, bleeding heart doves, guys. That's my favorite bird, my favorite animal, really. Just, don't tell Kettle, please. I really hope you enjoyed my top 10 list today. It was really hard to choose just 10 birds. I'm curious, did you guys learn anything new today? Or did you like discover a bird that you like or anything like that? Let me know, because I'm always like curious about that. If you'd like to see more of me and Kettle, who's sitting on her eggs right now, I have social media that I post to as often as I can. If you'd like to financially support the channel or like see behind the scenes content, that's over on my Patreon. I post like behind the scenes of how I make these videos, like editing and like recording, and I also post my scripts and stuff before my videos are released. All of my social media and my Patreon will be in the description, and it's also in my link tree, which is also in the description. Anyways, thank you for watching. I hope you have a good day. Bye!